One of the biggest challenges in Scum is finding a good spot to place your base and making it as efficient and secure as you can possibly can. For this, you have to take into account the position on the map. How easy can it be spotted by passers-by? What POIs do you have nearby? And it needs to be big enough to store all your equipment and vehicles, but at the same time it has to be small enough to be easily defended against raids. With that being said, one of the best spots to build a base, especially as a solo player, is one of the many caves hidden throughout the map. They are so overpowered that the developers restricted cave building on official servers in 2024, but most private servers still allow it. In this video, I'll show you every base-worthy cave with a brief description, as to make this video as short as possible. First one on the list is located on the north island of the Z0 sector. This one is one of the safest caves because you need a boat or a water plane to access it. Sure, you can swim to it, but you can't carry anything heavy without drowning. That applies to you or any wannabe raider that might think he could make a quick buck. The cave is decent in size, is mostly flat, meaning you can easily build a base inside, and has a small entrance which is good for stacking rows of walls. It also has a stone ledge where you can hide loot, because it can only be accessed by building stairs. This is the only vertical one I find useful, because of its size and flat floor. But you also need to build something like a small base on top of it, or some walls to prevent players from easily dropping in. This cave is one of the best. Firstly, because of its small, tunnel-like entrance, where you can stack doors and walls, leading to a massive cave where you can easily build a 3-story base. It also has a few nooks and crannies where you can hide stuff, and is one of the easiest caves to defend, thanks to this archway which looms above the entrance. Another advantage is its location, because you have 2 POIs nearby, the train yard and the torpedo factory, both filled with military-grade loot. Although not as big, this whole cave is shaped like a tunnel and is mostly flat, meaning you can stack tens of gates and walls, deterring even the most experienced raiders. It's also very close to the train yard and within walking distance of the torpedo factory and the Z2 town. Even though it's placed near the road, this cave is no easy target. Resembling the previous one, this one opens up at the end, making enough space for a 2-story building, and also has an archway overlooking the entrance. Another good thing is that it's placed at the crossroads of 4 points: the mech factory, train yard, Z2 town, and Z2 abandoned bunker. This one also has a small entrance which you can easily seal off, but it's not as long, meaning it will take less explosives to get in. But it's decent in size, and has a natural stairway to the ceiling from where you can see the entrance. The only bad thing I see about this cave is that it's far from any POI, so getting loot and materials is going to be harder. Even though most players know of this cave, it's not an easy target. With its tall tunnel-like entrance and 2 stone ledges overwatching the way out, it will prove more than a challenge for any experienced raider. While there are no significant POIs nearby, it's close to the A0 trader, making it easy to buy whatever you can't find. While small in size, this cave is not bad. Sure, it can't accommodate a 10-man squad, but it's good enough for a small squad or a solo player. Close by are the A0 bunker and the brick factory. Making a base here also means you get free water and fish, thanks to the freshwater river that passes by. This medium-sized cave has the flattest floor of all the caves. Very easy to build here, but it will require more materials as it has a relatively large entrance, and it's quite easy to spot because players often pass by when going to the trader on foot. So be prepared to defend it frequently. Being the only cave in the sector, this one has a little bit of everything. Small entrance, flat floor, medium size, off the beaten path, and also close to some decent POIs. Although small, this cave is relatively safe because not many players pass through here, and you can easily seal it off thanks to its small entrance. While I don't recommend it for big squads, I think this could be useful for solo or duo servers. And with the scrapyard right next door, you can easily upgrade it to level 3 in no time. Similar to the previous one, this cave is viable only for solo or duo servers, as it doesn't have enough space to accommodate a big squad, but it's very well hidden, and almost nobody passes through here. With a nice and flat floor and decent size, this cave is good for a number of reasons. Many good POIs in the area, and on the left side it has a natural flat elevation where you can store loot. The only downside I see is that it's not very well hidden. This cave goes into my top 3, mainly because it splits into 2 rooms, adding extra security to your base. Raiding a base in this cave will be a headache, even for the most experienced raiders, as it will take a lot of explosives to get to the last room, even though it's situated near the road. This cave has 2 natural shelves way up high, which can only be accessed by building a ladder, meaning you can hide precious loot up there and not worry about it. It's also quite big, and has a big rock formation in the middle that you can use as high ground when defending. It's situated south of the airport, which could be a double-edged sword, meaning you will have no shortage of weapons and ammo, but you will also use them frequently. While decent in size, I would have not mentioned this one because it's hard to secure, mainly because of its round shape. But it has a high ceiling with a natural rock shelf where you can hide your best loot, making it impossible for looters to get to it. And it's also placed centrally on the map with a trader and good POIs nearby. This is one of the most popular cave in the game, mainly because of its size and position. You can build a big base here and even store vehicles inside, but it's not going to be cheap. While it is quite secure because of the terrain, it's also equally contested, as many players know of it. Up in the mountains, close to the dam and C2 trader, this cave can house a decent-sized squad and can be easily secured, thanks to its snake-like shape. It also has a stone ledge where you can store your most valuable chests, making them accessible only to you and your squad, as you can't reach them without building a structure. Making this cave your base can be a safe decision because players rarely pass by here. This one also makes the top 3, because it's way off the beaten path, and you can build a small fortress inside. It has a long tunnel-like entrance that opens up to a massive cave. It is also placed in the center of the sector, right next to the mine POI, allowing you to easily farm TNT sticks, while also being close to the C2 trader. Even though it's placed near the road, you can easily walk past the entrance to this cave. With enough space to build a big base, long entrance tunnel to make it secure with gates and walls, good enough POIs nearby and within walking distance of the trader, I feel that this one is at least worth considering. The only cave in D3 is way off north, near the wall, and it's not very easy to spot if you don't know where to look. It's close to the D4 airbase in Samobor City, so you have plenty of places to loot. It also has one of those safe high ledges where you can store chests if you build a tall enough structure. Even though it's not suited for servers that allow big squads, I think this cave is worth mentioning because you can use it as a base on solo or duo servers, or maybe as a temporary loot storage place. Situated between the city and the airbase, you're going to have no problems with loot. The only problem is the high amount of traffic that comes through here, and that it's not that big. And this concludes my Scum Cave tour. Let me know if you found this video useful, and I hope to see you on the next one. Happy scumming, and remember, it doesn't matter what loot you lost, but why you lost it. If you are having trouble finding any of these caves, just use this website. I find it very useful, especially for new players, and it's free.